guys. You're getting close. Let's go ahead and start looking this over. Did anyone have any trouble with the first one here? This is pretty nice, right? There's only 5 there. Yeah. So the first one is it 2, 3, 6?
Yeah.
What's the 2s?
Then
No 2s. What's the 3s?
1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8.
We got the 4s. 1, 5, 1, 1, 5, 6. Yes.
There's 2 2s in the 3s.
Uh-oh.
It's 1 2 2 3 5 7
2, 2, okay. Oh, the 2 kind of they blended together in my ears. And then 5 is 50, 52. Looks like. Yeah. So if I turn that in, everything's good?
8. No.
Of course not. That's shit. What the hell? So we'll kind of put there and anything you want to. So you can just throw, you can always do the first one. Okay, I like it. I like it. I love some students who are like, well, you know what the data is, Joe. It's the idea, right? All you're going to show somebody is that if you're the one doing the work and doing the article, whatever it is. Yeah. Did anybody? Well, one person I noticed when I was walking around got number 2 pretty much right. Anybody else think they got that sucker figured out? So it looks like it should have to use 2 rows, right? 4 or 5. It's the stems. So what the hell, Jeff? But obviously, do you guys see how just using 2 rows is kind of silly? It's not going to really give me, let me see if you guys are cool with this. It's not going to give me good enough resolution as to where things are. So let me do this. Let me just do some weird shit here. But you start putting stuff in here. I can't even see what that is anymore. Let's see. So this is 0, 0, 2. All right, I like it. I think it's everything there. And then 5, 5, 6, 8, 8. All right, hopefully I got all of them. But do you guys understand now what's going on there? So to double the resolution, I just cut everything in half. Normally I go from 4.0 to 4.9, correct? So now I went from 4.0 to 4.4, and then from 4.5 to 4.9. It's actually a little arbitrary that we go 4.0 to 4.9 in the first place, so I can just split them in half. Maybe no, you guys don't like that? Why not? What's the matter?
It's kind of like hard to understand. I don't get what you mean by go to 4 over 4.
So that first, I'm only going to put in that first row 4.0, 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, 4.4.
Okay.
Because the other half, I'm going to put in the next one.
Okay, so you're splitting it in half.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then and again, we don't think about it this way, but it is arbitrary just to go from 4 and then go to 5. It's kind of arbitrary. Why not split that in half? I could even split it in fourths. It's a little crazy. But yeah, if I want better resolution, that's what I do. What do the 5s do now? Let's see. It used to be a much longer list of data, and I chopped this out, so I don't even know how this works at the end. How does this come out here? Let's see, 0. Where am I at? 1, 2, 4, and then there's a 5. I think that's it. No, 7. All right. So now, if I turn it this way, it looks like Instagram. Yes. Ooh, it's amazing, Jeff. Yes. Sorry. There's magic. Okay. So here's a very exciting one about shampoo. This is not about COVID, all right? So it's about shampoo instead. This always trips people up, but when I come around and I see somebody having trouble with Part A, I just say, how many are in that first class? How many people does that first class have? 11. Now, how many total people are there? 20, because now you got to add each class. How many empty classes are there? How many empty classes are there? 2. I like it. So if I add up all the people, 11, 17, 19, 20. How many classes are there? 2. Good. 4 not empty and 2 empty. 6. And of course, how wide is each class?
20.
20. Easy shit, right? And then, For what percentage does shampoo bottle last at least 40 weeks? So you gotta remember what at least means.
15%?
Say again?
15%?
Maybe?
I got 85.
Interesting. So what does at least mean? If you have to be at least this tall to ride the ride, am I gonna be able to ride that ride? If I have to be at least this tall? No, because it's supposed to be this tall or more. So at least 40 means
Oh.
40 or more. So how many people is that then? 2. And then here's Jeff. When I run out of shampoo, it's like, what? How does this work again? Where do I go for shampoo? Yes.
Would it be 40%?
Well, let's see. 2, 3 total. Out of how many? Out of how many people? 20. 3 out of 20.
It's 15.
Yeah, exactly. Multiply by 5, you get 15 out of 100. 15%. Yes.
Really quick, probably stupid question, but how did you get 20 customers were surveyed again?
Oh, how many in that first class?
11.
11. How many in the second class?
6?
That's 17 so far.
Okay.
2 more, 19. 1 more, 20.
Okay.
Okay, I like it. I like that. All right. This is close as Jeff will ever become to the DJ. Now. Oh my crap. Now this guy, I went ahead and put the data into the calculator, and no, I'm not going to stop calling it that. Come on. So just to remind you guys how this works. I go to stat, count, gather. No, we're not there yet. Stat, sort. You can actually just hit the number 2 also. Bam. Sort list 1. Enter. And now it's all sorted. Let's see if it looks the same as yours. Is that all right? No? Yes? Okay. Don't worry. I'm going to let us out of here as soon as we're done with this, okay? You got a little light at the end of the tunnel? Yes? Okay. And it's not a train coming up. Oh, that's what I want to do. So, we did this, check. Use 5 classes. So I normally on a test or something, I'm not going to tell you how many classes you get to pick. What was the range? What's the high minus low?
18.
Looks like the 79 and 61.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, so 18, 79 minus 61, 18, which is 3.6, which I saw a lot of, and of course you rounded up to 4. What if it would have come out to 3.3?
Just 3.
You round it to 4, of course. Right? I really wanted to make sense. If you round it down, are you going to cover all the data? No. So we always round up, so we got a home for everybody. All. Okay. So if you choose to do it the textbook way, you got to be careful. Put the first data point down, which is 61. The width will show up here. So this has to be a 64. And then I can add 4 down forever. Or at least until I get to the end. Not there. Yay. Did I add correctly? Never know. Okay. So this isn't that bad, right? It's not quite. Okay. So now let's see the frequency. How many you guys get for the first class here? 2, I agree. How about the next one?
11.
Holy crap. And then the next one. 13, I'll just go with you. Everybody else get that? What about this one? 7? Sorry. Pretty good. And then the last class? 2. I like it. So just to give you a little background, for some reason I totally forgot, maybe I'll still do this, but I normally do a survey of my stat students with questions like this. I have an anonymous survey and a non-anonymous survey, and then I collect data so I can make problems out of your data and give it to you. So this is actual data from probably 3 years ago now. So it is kind of neat. Can you guys see how this is going to become roughly normal? 2, 11, 13, 7, 2. Even before we draw it, we can kind of see this going to happen. Not perfectly normal, but roughly normal. So this will be 2 out of what? How many total we had?
35.
35. Thank God this adds to be 35. Right, as I say it, I haven't checked it yet. Yes, okay, thank God. So what is, sorry? Oh, I'm sorry. All right, let's see. 0.4 times, nobody's gonna save me from Excel. 4 times 0.4 is 0.056. I don't know, what is that?
5.7.
057? 5.7%? Oops. We haven't talked about this yet, just hold off on that. Is that all right, you guys? Anybody impressed by that? I got pretty close. Or no, I didn't, I get into the sevens. It's too bad, math boy, I understand. Huh? I did, I stopped, I'm sorry. I'll quit tomorrow. I gotta stop. What is it, 11 divided by 35?
0.314, 31.4.
31.4%, does that sound good? Be really careful with rounding, don't just cut it, I'm not saying you did, just in general. And then 13 will be 37.1. That one I cheated, 2 plus 11 is 13, so I just added these, right? And then 7 out of 35 is easy. Because it reduces to 1/5, which is 20%, right? Is it cool? Yes, sir.
It's fine if you put for the classes like 60.5 to 64.5.
No, that only shows up on the graph. That doesn't show up in your table.
Alright.
Yeah. So I'm really sorry. I tried to say it as I wrote this in, to never put this there. I was just putting it to show you where it came from.
Yeah.
Okay. And cumulative frequency, real quick, is as you go down, you accumulate frequency. So at the end, it should end up around 100%. So what do I mean by that? I got 5.7%. What was that, Jim? 5.7% so far. If I go to one more down, do you see how I have 37.1% now? But as I add this, if I go again, I add another 37.1, so now I have 74.2%. Is everybody seeing where this is coming from? It totally is, that's what it is. But this column is accumulate the percentage as you go down. So I pick up 5.7, and then I pick up another 31.4, that's 37.1 total so far. I pick up another 37.1, that's 74.2. I pick up another 20, that's 94.2. And I forgot to fill this in. Pick up another 5.7, and that's 99.9, which in my book is damn close. It's good for government work, which is what I did. Okay. And then, any questions on that, you guys okay? So they do talk about cumulative frequency in the book. I just want to do an example with you. I'm not really going to ask you about cumulative frequency myself, but you are going to see in the book. And then finally, I want a relative frequency. If I said frequency, you would use these numbers. I say relative, so you use those numbers. I'm sorry, those numbers. So how high do I need to go on my scale here? Just over 37, right? So maybe go up to 40. Step by how much? How big is each step, do you think?
5.
Sure. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay. Maybe you guys can make it better. 5, 10, 25, Jeff? Sorry. You can't laugh at yourself. In the last 2 years of stuff. Okay. And now for the scale on the bottom, pretty much if you want to do it this way, I'm going to ask you to ask me questions about it. I'm just going to basically do it this way. Because it ends up, most of the time, people pick this way. People pick this way. I've had several puberties today. So, Down here, now is where what shows up?
The 0.5.
Yes. 0.5 down, 60.5. And then I can just go by fours. 4.5, 68.5. We got it, now. Kabam. What is this? What was this? Father's heights. Hold on. Father's heights. And then you just gotta make the height for each bar. It's a little over 5. You guys okay out there? First bar is a little over 5. Second bar goes up a little over 30. Third bar goes up to 37. A little between 35 and 40. Then I'm down to 20. And then I end up at the same as this. Whew. Almost flicking us off. And almost normal. All right, what's the major problem with it trying to be normal? Probably would be this part could be lower. To be symmetric. It would be better then. Okay, I like it. Any questions? You guys all right? So we basically just did up through 2, 3, believe it or not. If I remember correctly. So next time we'll get into some percentiles and stuff. Oh, and don't forget, what's the first happening on Thursday?
Test.
Quiz, just a quiz. Quiz on chapter 1. All right. You can go. Yeah, do you want more? I always got more. No? Okay. That's it. Let me know if you have any questions. If you want to hang out for a second.